Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to talk a little bit about mortgage pre-approvals versus pre-qualifications, and I'll tell you a little story about my recent past. So really quickly, pre-qualification is an amount that you'll be given by your bank or mortgage specialist, which will tell you kind of how much they think you can afford to spend on a property based on your down payment and your earnings. Please keep in mind that we're not talking about properties with any commercial elements whatsoever. The different qualifications will apply. You'll need more money down. There's a variety of things that we can talk about later. But so straight up residential. So you pre-qualified for a certain amount. So let's just be very careful that you don't get all excited because you pre-qualified for $4 million and you go out and buy a $4 million home. In 4 years from now, 5 years from now, when your first term of your mortgage is up and you're up for your next term, that's when you really want to think about what mortgage rates are going to be. And, you know, expect the worst. That's plan reasonably. So please do not spend everything that you've qualified for. So that's a qualification. That's what you can get. Now, pre-approvals is what you get, and those numbers often are different because now we know what we're looking at. So it's some mortgage specialists will actually do a mock offer for you, which is really handy. So you have a property in mind, you bring the MLS listing to the broker, and they'll develop a mock offer. And if CMHC is required, they'll go to them, and they'll make sure that you actually are pre-approved for that exact property. Sounds reasonable. What can go wrong? So that's where my story comes in. We have one property on Queen Street, great property, and had both our kids in it, and we're looking for a yard and something different. So we looked in Riverdale and we found a fixer-upper that was listed for $899. So I, by the way, as a realtor, have to be very careful of what I divulge, but I can say that I have asked the agent and others if I can share this story, and they were okay with it. I don't think I asked my wife, but she'll be fine. So we were pre-approved for $1.3 million, which to me was shocking. That's without selling our other house. Nobody should have ever given me that much money. I'm sorry. We were pre-qualified. See, I even get confused. We were pre-qualified for $1.3 million. I deal with a bank that's I really am kind of loyal to because I'm stuck with them. I've got everything with them. They have comfortable green chairs. And suffice to say, I was pre-qualified for a large amount with them. Time passes. We acquire this other house, we make an offer. The offer on this house in Riverdale, it is a great house. It's got great bones. It's very dated plastic furniture, very Italian plastic over the furniture, and so we register an offer really early, thinking it might scare people off. It didn't scare 17 people off. I believe 16 other people made offers. And so I sat around, made my offer. I personally offered, which some people don't recommend if you're a real estate agent, that you get in the boat and present your own offers, but I did. And I had a little video of my kids saying how much he wanted the house and made the little Italian grandmother cry. It was quite lovely. But really, they were after the best offer, and they thought our offer, so we offered, I should just say, about $1.2 million, plus I didn't have my commission involved. So it ended up being 1.24 and change, which was the winning offer, but the prudent agent thought, oh my gosh, this may never actually appraise, and she asked for a higher deposit, which we did. And we did get an appraisal that worked, which that is a frightening time. So you're pre-qualified for 1.3. You buy the house, no conditions because you're in competition, and then the appraisal. What happens with the appraisal? How does that affect things? So let's talk about what happens if the house doesn't appraise properly or at the amount that you purchased it for. if it doesn't, then you're pretty much on the hook. You have to come up with the difference between what they'll finance you for and what you've got, and that can add up. You can ask for another appraisal. This is where mortgage brokers come in a little more handy than dealing directly with a bank, because they can, although no appraiser is going to be manipulated in any way, but they might be able to go to the next one. We might be able to make a case. I mean, this year has been crazy, 2015, for me, having to do a comparable analysis and just providing as much information to appraisers as possible to help reinforce these relatively high asking prices or offer prices that we've made. So in our case, we made it through that hurdle, and the bank, everybody approved everything. The mortgage was approved. Now, in this case, what I didn't know was approved. It doesn't necessarily mean approved. Until you've got the money in the bank, nothing is approved. So in our case, it closed on a Friday, and at about 2:30 on Friday, we were advised that we actually weren't approved. That because I'm self-employed, we needed one more year with the new laws. I believe the laws changed between the time I purchased the house and the time the completion date or the closing date came, and we needed the self-employment rules changed, and so we needed one more year of proof of income. And that year we were in the middle of, and I didn't have it. So what happened next was, I think I went to the bathroom very quickly. You try not to panic. And we begged and pleaded with our bank to say there must be some confusion. Why are we only finding this out now? You were supposed to tell us this. We had submitted all the final paperwork a week ago, but they were swamped. Banks don't care that much about that kind of stuff, so there's no arguing with them. We were stuck. They have their reasons. In the end, they could have given us more notice, but they were correct in the action they took. But we had no notice. So it was 2 o'clock, everybody's panicking. We have tenants that we've arranged to move into our house. We had to be out of the house. We have 2 kids. It was a very, very stressful couple of hours. So in the end, I had to come up with interim financing, which I did, and I'm very grateful to a couple of friends of mine who came up in my own line of credit, and we just threw it all together and had to wait until I got another notice of assessment from the CRA, and then got the mortgage. And in fact, even that mortgage took another 3 months to go through. I don't know why. So the takeaway is, stay on your mortgage broker, stay on your bank. Make sure that 2 days before completion date, you've got everything totally approved and signed and done, and get your realtor on it. Have them be a motivator and an intermediary, and also somebody who will communicate and translate all the things that are going on. But it's never a sure thing, and so don't spend as much as you qualify for. Try and get a mock, especially if you're going in with offers, with an offer that's in competitive, no conditions, and it is very high. Then try to get your bank's opinion on that value and get it pre-approved. Use mock offers. CMHC, make sure that they can get involved and have pre-approved any financing before you put everything down. Because things can go wrong, and it's a lot of money that you're dealing with. But just deals do fall through at that point. Usually people don't go to court, especially in markets like this. But you certainly don't want to. If the house is resold for less money, you will be on the hook for that difference for sure. So a few lessons for you. It's never over till it's over. It can be a fun and exciting process, but it can also be very, very stressful. I didn't have a realtor to pet me and ease me, but I I certainly am there for you. There you go. Okay, well, thanks a lot, and we'll join you next time. Bye-bye.